What's going on, everybody? Y'all already know the vibes, baby. I figured, you know what? It's been a while. Let me do a Q&A. Well, the first question is actually a good one, and it's been something that I've wanted to answer for a while now, but it is from YouTube. It's from the homie It's Bow, and he asked, what happened with DEFUSE? So the simple answer to that is it basically got very hard to schedule with the finals. It was simp and attach because they are professional COD players. So I know that they are focused on these events, right? COD champs. Like once you get past that halfway point of the year, you really just drop everything else and you lock in. And I respect that. I understand that. I've been there in their shoes, and I'm not going to be a guy that is really trying to just push them to do something, especially if they're busy. So that is why that video hasn't come out. And for a while, we were kind of waiting to finish the first season before we went on the season 2, you know. But I just had a call today with CJ and Rose. They're part of my team. And we actually think we might as well start with the second season. And an update on that, even though I don't know if CJ wants me to say this, I'm planning on not doing just Warzone creators. I think we're just going to do creators in general. Because how cool would it be for you to have like Scump versus Courage in the finals or something like that, you know? But so with that said, once I get back, I do have an episode of DEFUSE that will be coming. So after this weekend, I will be recording one, and we're going to get back on the DEFUSE train because believe me, I loved it. I miss it. And I know a lot of you guys missed it because you guys ask all the time, but it will be back. I promise y'all it's going to be better than ever. Next question. This also is from the YouTube. It's from Lucas Hernandez, and he wants to know, you think if Halo Esports does good, do pros from COD will switch that can transition? So I know what he meant. If Halo Esports pops off, do I think COD players will transition? That's a tough question. You know, I know we've seen Halo players transition to COD and have success. While I do think it's possible, I think Halo, I've always had this opinion, Halo is always going to be a harder game when it comes to playing competitively. I think it just takes more skill, takes better communication, like from top to bottom. And it's no disrespect to Call of Duty. I just think because of the time to kill, not only does that affect your actual shot, it also affects your communication, your teamwork. There's a lot that goes into it. So I could see maybe Call of Duty players that aren't really performing that well, or Challenger COD players try and switch. I don't know how successful they could be. We really haven't even had an opportunity to see if that was a thing, just because Call of Duty has always been the main game. But if Halo does take over, or at least, you know, blow up to kind of where it was, I'm sure we could see, you know, COD players attempt it for sure. Now, this is a good one. Okay, this is from Seiko79ITZ. Interesting name. But he said, how did you meet your significant other? I think I've talked about this before. She actually shot her shot with me on the TL on Twitter. Swear to God, it's a modern day love story. She tweeted, I think I was liking a couple pics, you know how it is when you got to play the field. And she just tweeted out, she was like, how many pics you gonna like before you slide into my DMs? I was like, bet. Slid in, worked my magic. And now it's almost been, I believe, 3 years since we've been together. Next question, guys, is from Jay Stay. And he asked, what is the best and worst part about being a COD professional? This is a really good question because I don't think a lot of people realize is the best part of being a professional COD player is you do get to play a video game for a living, right? You do get to compete in a video game for a living, which is awesome. Okay, it's crazy that we're at a time where that is a thing and a legitimate thing. And the worst thing, it just has to be having to be dependent on your success in COD. And what I mean by that, just to kind of expand a little bit, is you have to make a shit ton of sacrifices, whether that be with, you not going out as much, spending time with your friends, your family, right? Being social, having to miss certain things because you have to put in a lot of time. This isn't just something that you can be naturally gifted at and you don't even have to like work at all, because the game changes so much over the course of the year. You have to consistently be putting in 8 to 10 hours a day. That's just the fact. Now, obviously, you still have to be talented enough. You can't just play 10 hours a day and you're going to be a pro. But it sucks because you become so dependent on your success, right? Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to be known as one of the best, if not the best in the game. And if you aren't having success, it really, really affects your mental. Next question, guys, is from, I can't even pronounce this, J Morara 125. Sorry. But he asked me, have I ever thought about coming back to play again? And to be honest, not really. You know, I have from time to time started to miss competing because I miss that adrenaline rush. You know, there's nothing like that moment when you're sitting at, you know, on the main stage, like kind of anxious, ready to go. And then that transition to where you just are locking in and everything becomes a blur. It's one of the best feelings of all time, especially when you end up winning. But I don't think I could ever come back unless the opportunity presented itself. You know, I would really have to think it's a good opportunity for where I'm at in my life right now. I love creating content, being a part of 100 Thieves. And I also don't think that I would get an opportunity. Like, I'm not going to fight through challengers or something and work my way back up. It just won't happen for where I'm at. You know, it sucks that I didn't get a ring, you know, or anything like that, but I am definitely satisfied with my career in general, in terms of Halo, Call of Duty. So I'm at peace with staying retired, but I did say, you know, it's not like there's 0% chance I will never compete again. Next question is from Tim Hutchison. He said, how are you? Well, there's more than that, but content and involvement in the COD world can be a serious grind on mental health, as we've seen with Clay. Hope you're good, bro. First off, Tim, I appreciate that. Okay. It's the only guy who asked me how I was, but I am doing good. I am. You're completely right. It is definitely a grind, you know, especially for my personal experience. Since I've been doing content, at times it's been a little hard balancing doing my personal YouTube videos, live streaming on Twitch, 100T content videos, LAT content videos. I also do a show called Reverse Sweep on Deserto, which is COD based content. So it could be tough, you know, doing all of that, grinding while balancing my social life, time with my girlfriend, you know, just other hobbies I have, because you have to grind, you have to stay consistent to really grow and really, I guess, stay in the loop, right? And so I have times where I don't feel the best, but I just kind of accept it because I know that's a part of life. You know, I feel for Clay. Clay's my guy. I'm glad that if, you know, his mental health wasn't where it needs to be, and he knew, hey, I know this timing is horrible, but I need to do this. I'm glad that he did, because at the end of the day, your mental health is the most important thing in your life. Okay, you're literally the only one with yourself 24/7. So it's a grind, and I'm glad that more players and just more people in the scene are speaking up on it, because it's something that gets overlooked a lot of the times. But I am doing good. So thank you very much, Tim. I appreciate that. Here's another good one. It is from the homie Isaac Reynolds, and he asked me, if you never switched to Call of Duty, how well do I think my Halo career would have went? Well, if I never switched to COD, I don't think I would have continued playing Halo, because I switched to Call of Duty, guys, right when I was a freshman in college. At this point, Halo was dying off. You know, Halo was really big when I had first started, and I was sponsored by Red Bull. Everything was fantastic. I was like, I couldn't believe that I was doing what I was doing. And then it started to die off. It wasn't on MLG on the circuit anymore. And I was at the point where I was like, wow, okay, I need to really focus on my future. And I was going to college to be a CPA, to be an accountant. I know, boring. You guys probably never in a million years would expect that that's what I would be going to school for, but I was. And that's also when I saw Black Ops 2 kind of taking off. And I figured, you know what? I want to give this a try because I love gaming. I love competition. Let's just see kind of what happens. And I dropped out of college. My mom, thank the Lord for my mom because she always supported me. But she was like, hey, you can always go back to school. This might only be a thing right now. So I dropped out of college, started playing COD, and you guys kind of know how that went, how that story goes. But so I don't think I would have kept playing Halo. I think if I didn't switch to COD when I did, I would be in a cubicle right now. Or no, I'd probably be at my house because COVID, working from remotely. But I'd be a CPA. So I might be doing your taxes or something. I don't know. All right, guys. Now some of these questions are from Twitter. And the first one is from the homie IMG_Lautrix. I think that's how you pronounce it. He asked me, would I ever want to be a caster? Short answer, I don't think so. I think casting is very hard. A lot of people tell me that I could be one. They say, oh, Enable, you're well spoken, bro. I think you'd be great. You have a lot of knowledge about COD. Yes, that's me gassing myself up. But it's very hard. It's very hard. And to a certain extent, I feel like you have to be very professional. And I just don't know if that's my style. I'm very kind of free flowing. I say whatever just comes off the top. And I like to be a creative. I don't know if this makes sense or you guys are like, what? That doesn't, and so I don't know. I don't know if that's something I would be passionate about. The next question, guys, is from the homie KJ Kills _ That's my guy. He asked me if you could go back in time and play one event over, which one would it be? That's tough because I probably have two. One would be UMG Dallas in Advanced Warfare with my FaZe team. We won that event. We did win that event, but we lost 2 maps the whole event to pretty low tier teams. So I would kind of want to go back because we were the most dominant team at that point and try to go undefeated. Have the perfect event because we went 24-2 map count. So it was like, damn, we were so close and like we shouldn't have lost a map to those teams, but it is what it is. And then the other one would probably be either World War II or Black Ops 4 COD Champs, just to try and get another crack at it. Being so close back-to-back years and not being able to get a ring, I would love to have another attempt. Just give me a mulligan. Not the whole event, though, because Black Ops 4 Champs was stressful. Just let me replay the finals. Next question, guys, is from Nifty Hippie, and he asked me log cabin in the middle of nowhere, but with God tier internet. Okay. Or Cash App compound style crib in the busy streets of Tokyo. Definitely without a doubt, Cash App compound style crib in the busy streets of Tokyo. I would love to live in Tokyo. I really would. And log cabin in the middle of nowhere, even with God tier internet, is just not my style at all. I've seen way too many scary movies. Okay, I don't know. I got the heebie-jeebies being out in the wilderness, middle of nowhere. Not me. So definitely Tokyo, because Tokyo's a place that I want to visit. I haven't visited yet. Next up, guys, we have a question from KPend01, and he asked, "What's the hardest tournament you had to play through pressure-wise?" Yeah, this one is tough, but I'm gonna say Black Ops 4 COD Champs, just because at that point, okay, we had went back to back. 2 events prior or 3 events prior. We had a so-so showing at playoffs, but for a lot of people, I think for the majority of the people, they thought we were the favorites going into champs. So you have a lot to lose. People are expecting you to win, and then losing in the very first round of winners bracket to LG, which most definitely was an upset. They were the underdogs. And then going down 0-2 to FaZe. This was for top 12. So we were the favorites, or, if you want to say United, we were one of the favorites. A lot of people thought we were going to be in the finals. A lot of people thought we were going to win. And there was a very good chance. We had no business reverse sweeping FaZe, that we would have got top 16 and just went out looking sorry. So that was definitely the most, or the hardest tournament pressure wise, especially because we had to make a loser's run of a lifetime to even get to the finals. I still can't believe to this day how we did it. Wish we would have won, but what are you going to do? Another question from Fundip92. He says, will I ever get a robotic thumb? Hell yeah, if it becomes a thing, like fully functional. I can control that shit with my, if I could control it with my brain, I would without a doubt do it. You know how lit that be? I would actually come back and compete, but I probably wouldn't. It'd probably be illegal for me to compete. And the last question, guys, is from Winter. She asked me, do you actually burn everything you try and cook? No. So here's the thing you guys gotta know. And I'm gonna go off on a little bit of a rant, not a rant, but I'm just gonna explain myself. I love doing content, right? I actually do love cooking. It's something I started to recently enjoy. I like to make people laugh, okay? I always have been. I've always been that way. I love making people laugh. It makes me happy. And if I have to be stupid, okay, to make someone laugh, I will do that. I have no problem making a fool of myself to make someone else smile. You know what I'm saying? Make someone else's day. So, you know, if I burn a chicken parm, I'm doing it on purpose because it's funny. You know, if I do something stupid in a video, is some sort of content, it's because I want y'all to laugh. That's my goal. And that is a perfect way to end this Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it for real. Until next time, guys, stay safe, stay healthy. The kid is out. Deuces.